All right, so we're going to start spoiler free, and then we're going to go into spoilers. Hilariously, I've been having technical difficulties. Sorry. Anyways, I'm going to try to do this in one. I like a good oneer. Keeps things nice and frosty. We just got done watching the premiere, and let me tell you something. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of your boy. Okay, your boy Damien. All right, Damon Lindelof. Okay, every time something euphoric, every time something fantastic, every time something bonkers happened in this goddamn premiere, I would literally just be like, Damien, the fucking madman. Also, Watchmen is like one of my potentially my favorite book of all time. No big deal. But and the Zack Snyder movie, as you just saw, I think it's a bad movie, regardless of what cut we're talking about. I apologize, Zach. Still a fan though. This Damien has done something here. Like I loved Lost. I loved The Leftovers, but this is like he just opened up a new universe that like I don't know if he's fully aware of what he's gotten himself into. I spent most of the episode going, I don't know what the fuck is happening, but I really love this goddamn thing. This was like out of control, bananas crazy, but I think he's caught something in the bottle. I'm thinking it's a lightning bolt. Like this is like a masterpiece for me. I have no problem telling you right up front. I think this is a 10 out of 10 premiere. I mean, perhaps there's some purists, crazy motherfuckers like those Rorschach motherfuckers in this show. Actually, maybe there's some crazy motherfuckers like them who just can't accept what this show is trying to offer. But I feel like most people are gonna be moved by this. I mean, you seem to really enjoy it as well. I really love this fucking premiere, Dom, for real. Like,
I loved it.
It was huge.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, right? Like, oh my god, it is not what you are expecting. There is a moment where there's just suddenly loud, like hip hop music. You'll know the moment. This is one of those shows where it's like up front. Listen, we're loud. This is a different experience. red pill or blue pill. I would recommend red pill. It's bananas. But we're about to we're about to do a quick little shift because I just can't believe the man. Damien is waded into high waters. He's waded into high waters. Oh God, he thought he was getting some interesting mail from Lost. Boyle shit. But anyway, moving on. So we're about to slip into spoilers. So if you have not seen the premiere, listen. I know I'm slightly psychotic, but still, you should check out that premiere. All right, it's insane. Check it out, Jesus. Anyway, so we're about to dip into spoilers now, but I'm about to queue up. Let me turn off the sound. I'm about to queue up the episode just to make sure I don't skip anything because this was a lot. Okay, so the episode starts with this like black and white footage that's like kind of boxy, kind of like The Lighthouse. And I just remember being like, the what the fucks are still going strong. They haven't left just because Leftovers is over. And they're coming real strong as per usual with Damien. And I think we see like a black deputy and I was like, what the fuck? And then we cut to this little black kid inside this movie theater alone, and I was like, oh no, something's not right. And then we find out that's 1921, Tulsa, And how did you refer to it before? Do you remember this moment?
I
That's
said it
being highlighted.
was the most violent racial motivated act in American history recorded.
Um, Had some shit in my mouth. But I might have to keep wiping it off, by the way. But so yeah, or fine. I think I got it queued up here. What's wrong with me? The Tulsa race riot of 1921 took place on May 31st and June 1st, 1921, when mobs of white residents attacked black residents and businesses of the Greenwood district in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It has been called the single worst incident of racial violence in American history. Um, uh, well, first off, I was not to say that I was not very knowledgeable about this situation until just a few minutes ago. It's a very, very vast understatement, and to open there, of all places, is deeply fascinating. But the start of the graphic novel opens in a pretty similar fashion, and opens in a jarring way. With the blood and the mask. So it's in keeping with the graphic novel. It's almost as if like even though this show is like some bizarre mutant, uh, it's like some bizarre mutated extension of the graphic novel, but as different as it is, it's got Watchmen running through its veins. You know what I'm saying? Even like it was raining baby squids. What the fuck? That's so bizarre. Like you're constantly being bombarded with like these references, but a lot of times they're so incredibly subtle or really bizarre, like the raining. Okay, the thing about the police. That in this alternate reality, like they wear a mask. The police always hide themselves in this alternate reality. That was just like that sent a chill down my spine. That's what's normal for them in their reality. Well, that was quite a thought. What if the police were always we never saw their face? That's just fascinating. And then that black police officer, when he's like pulled over the driver of that truck, like the suspense there was just mind blowing. During this moment here with this guy, when he's got that guy pulled over, all the different shots, like the suspense was just fucking outrageous, right? He's like radioing in because like he can't pull out his gun because he needs like a fucking an AOK from headquarters to pull his gun out, which like that was such a nice touch of like futuristic like sci-fi, and that's fascinating. A lot of this kind of reminds me of stuff that I loved in Blade Runner 29. Like this show is, man, Jesus. And then when he gets shot up, I remember like my jaw like dropped for real. And we see that creepy Rorschach white supremacist cult bastard shooting at him, and he tosses him a piece of lead. He really did have lettuce back there. So it sounds like these guys have been around for a while and they've returned, which is creepy. Oh yeah, this review is gonna be all over the place, but that's like, I mean, it's always like that. What is that one guy's name? That one character that's called Looking Glass, played by Tim Blake Nelson, has got my full attention. I love the mask. Sometimes I wonder, like you remember how in Zack Snyder's film when the Rorschach mask would like move and shit. I wonder if his mask has like similar properties. I guess we'll see. But I love this silver mercury liquid mercury looking mask. That like interrogation sequence where he's like interrogating that guy to try to make him confess, that he's part of this cult. That, like, trying to understand the techniques that the character was trying to employ during that was like literally bending my mind. I think I got a really cool picture from that moment, actually. I can show it to you. But this image right here, like, this character is so fucking dope. I can't wait to see more of him. I think like him, Regina King, and the Chief Judd, played by Don Johnson, were my favorite characters so far. But I'm interested in other characters as well. But what the fuck? Yeah, Looking Glass is awesome. He is awesome. What the fuck? Let me skim through this episode some more. See what else I want to say. Oh yeah, that there's this one part on the news. What the fuck? And it showed Dr. Manhattan on Mars. Yeah, this moment right here. What the fuck? And I think this was like a city or something that gets like blown down or something like that. Yeah, I'm not sure what was happening there, but Regina King has maybe never been better. Jesus Christ. When she was sitting with like her legs crossed on the table and she had like the spray paint and she was talking to Don Johnson, like, her performance was like Emmy worthy, And Don Johnson, okay, him as his chief. There was a moment where he was at the dinner table and he like went around the dinner table like singing, but it was for like this long, extended amount of time, and like he was just so like egoless, like just no shred of embarrassment. Like he was just fully just doubling down on it, like fully committed. And it was like this genuinely like moving, like heartwarming moment, what I'm saying? It made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up, His performance was outstanding. Performances from everyone are amazing, but he was just like he needs an Emmy. And he needs it now. And then when it was him hanging, I believe it was him hanging at the end, right? And then that drop of blood makes like basically this on the button, on his like badge button, I was like, what the fuck? Like this show is like some bizarre remix. It's like some bizarre remix of this, and it totally fucking works because like it's its own thing, but it's got this running through its veins, through Easter eggs and references, really fucking clever ones, like when Regina King was drinking the coffee cup and it was like the owl, there was something else too that was like really clever. I can't think of what it was. Oh, the part with the eggs. Yeah, she made like the smiley face in the bowl. Like there's so much. The soundtrack. Okay, because Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross are like two of my, favorite composers of all time when it comes to film. I don't give a fuck how short their catalog is film-wise. It's still like Social Network, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Gone Girl. I think that music is legendary in my mind. But so the fact that they're like they've never done a series before, so them doing this series, and we're about to have a 9-hour head trip musically from Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross. Is like, and like the score is not available at the current time, right, Don? It's not available.
Sadly.
Fuck. So, and some of the music playing here, like the nightmarish music that was playing during the 1921 segments. There's one piece of music. Let me see if I can find it. That sounded so amazing. I just wanted to spit. Let me see if I can find it. But is there any moments with music that stood out to you?
The classroom scene when they asked why did she stop being a cop, and she said she got shot. And as soon as she started talking about the surgery to get the bullet out, the soundtrack grimly just came in. Like, 'cause you can tell that that's something that was freaking the kids out. As soon as the teacher like made her stop talking about it, the soundtrack stopped. Like as if the soundtrack was part of the mood in the room changing when she was telling that story.
For real?
And it came in a subtle way, not like soundtrack's on now. We know this. It was just like it always was playing, but it wasn't.
Oh shit!
I love that part. I think that's my favorite part when it comes to the soundtrack. And of course, opening singing.
Okay. I had to pull up the trailer to find this because I couldn't find it in time. But this moment right here, this image, okay? This moment right here, the soundtrack that is playing right here, this piece of music that's playing right here, it plays a couple times in the episode, but it's like this Halloween, like It Follows type of like 80s horror music vibe going on, like with these electronic touches. Like it reminded me of like Halloween or something spooky, you know. The soundtrack that's playing here is fucking immense. I cannot wait. The music that's playing in the part that you're talking about is great too, but in general, the soundtrack is like haunting and creepy, and it's really sub-bassy with a lot of like electronic touches, you know. It honestly, the soundtrack, just like the score, I mean, the score literally just sounds like a evil mutated version of The Social Network. like evil in the way that fucking Hereditary sounds evil from Ari Aster, you know. But with like a lot of electronic touches. This shit was crazy. The show was literally like, you know, true historical accounts, you know, fused with like dark humor or deadpan humor, you know, fused with like, you know, we're in the future of the Watchmen universe, with like science fiction. It's just fucking all over the place, you know. It's just full of like these what the fuck moments and absurd humor. Yeah, it's just a 10 out of 10 for me. Like I'm not really sure where it's going. I'm not sure if any of this is a good idea, but it is really extraordinary storytelling, you know. You almost feel like Damien, if watching this show was equivalent to like being in the passenger seat while Damien is like peeling off down the highway, and it seems like he's gonna kill our ass, but man, this is such a ride. This is kind of like what the show is like so far, you know. I'm not sure if I fully trust where the fuck he's driving us to, but goddamn, at the current time, it's a hell of a thing. Like, this is probably my favorite show of the year. Even though I've only seen one episode, like, this is serious. Like, this is serious filmmaking right here.
Crisp.
You know, this is like the same feeling I had when I watched Being John Malkovich for the first time. You know, it's just a complete mind fuck. But you know, like so is this. So I'm all for it. I don't know. It's like Watchmen, but something completely new. It's like a remix, you know, of this. So I'm all for it. I don't know. I'm gonna skim through this bad boy one more time and see if there's anything else that particularly stood out, but I don't think so. I can't wait to see more of Looking Glass. I have so many questions. Jeremy Irons is in this for a second, but he's almost like in a completely different show that's happening inside the Watchmen show. It's almost like inside of the Watchmen show, he's in his own different show, in some other reality. And there's one moment with really bizarre humor, like a comedic moment where like he was like taking a bath, but this woman was like scrubbing him down, and I was like, what is happening? Because this is Ozymandias just as an older man, so it's like, what's happening? How does this fit in with the overall story? Like, this whole thing's just a complete mind fuck. Oh yeah, what the fuck? This was so. I thought this was just funny as fuck. Like,
oh yeah,
tongue in cheek with like Ryan Murphy.
American
and
Hero
shit.
Story.
And well, this is sort of like, the Black Freighter, or this universe's version of the Black Freighter, and they even showed the comedian in that footage from that animated whatever the hell it is, probably an animated series or something. But I just can't. This the part where with the husband, I still can't pronounce that dude's name. Cal Abraham, the husband. The part where Regina King like comes to him and she's like, get ready, hands him the gun, and he's just like, yes.
It's like if anybody pulls up, you shoot them before you make it to the porch.
No questions.
He's like, okay.
No questions asked. He was fucking ready. He's ready to die for her. These characters, like, I'm so interested already. Weren't you just going on about that? Like, you were interested in these characters already?
Yeah, everybody. One episode. I love them. Already.
Right.
An hour. I love Regina King's character. I love the dude that, the chief guy. They made me.
Yeah, Deputy, I'm about to pull up his character name. Chief Judd.
They got us close to Judd.
Right.
He cared. Even remember he was talking to the wife of the cop who got shot.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Well, he liked you," and he was like, "No, he likes me." That was like,
yeah,
you knew he was a great man right there.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
He's not full of shit, and that wholesome, heart-filled part towards the end when they were singing got us really close to all the characters in that room. Like there was some kind of like family or something.
For real.
Made you not want anything bad to happen to them. But.
And the part where they're like out of like it was like a ranch or something, and those like Rorschach people had the gun tear, and they were all and they're like those cows. Those cows were being shot up, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Just chopping beef.
And like Regina King shooting, and like the chief, played by Don Johnson, like he's like taking out these fucking Rorschach motherfuckers, but then like they crash, they crash in the Night Owl vehicle crashes.
That whole 15 minutes was utter awesomeness.
Pure insanity. Like this I just can't wait. And Sam's seen the first 6 episodes.
Wow.
Fucking hell. Listen, HBO, let me see some more, please.
He's probably mind
I'm pressed 2, damn it. All right.
6 episodes of
Help
that.
a brother out. All right. I've just been completely mind fucked.
Yes.
I remember when they were showing this this footage where the Rorschach people, what they say. I'm actually about to bring up give me 1 second. This moment right here at the beginning of the episode, where it was playing on the TV screen, right? This footage right here, where they were like, we are everyone, we are no one, and we are invisible, and while this footage was playing, like, they show all the policemen, and they're wearing like these yellow masks, and like there was one guy who was wearing like a weird panda mask, and
right.
Don Johnson came in to make a speech. Like all of that was just so trippy, but like Watchmen-esque, and
it's like an Article 4 type thing where now that they're free to use their firearms, and the panda guy was trying to like get around it, and everybody was against him. And
yeah,
he's being like the fucking teacher's pet type guy.
It's this show.
Every minute of this show is amazing.
Amazing. It was blowing my mind. It's just like this complete alternative, alternate reality. It mirrors ours, but it's like so different. And I can't wait to learn more. Apparently, there's a trailer out for what's to come, which I can't wait to watch. But yeah, it's a 10 out of 10. I think I think we're gonna go ahead and peace out of here. Oh my god, soundtrack is. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Damien did it. You cut it.